Playoff pressure is mounting in the NFC North like a Detroit ice storm you know is coming but can't shake. The Lions are chasing that breakthrough moment, the one that would finally erase years of almost there, feels the shadow of Barry. Sanders' prime years cut short, the ghost of Megatron's impossibly graceful fades, and the brutal 0, 16 days that fans still wear like a scar. Last year's playoff push showed glimmers. Grit was real, hope tangible. But now? The NFC North just got a shakeup that hits harder than a Ford Field roar on a cold December night. Can Detroit stand tall, or will the Packers' latest move leave the Lions in the dust again? Because here's the rub. Green Bay just swung for the fences, grabbing Micah Parsons, a defensive force so disruptive he changes the entire blueprint of the division. Parsons isn't just a sack artist. He's a full-on wrecking crew. That puts Detroit on notice like never before. The Bears and Vikings are circling quietly, but the spotlight is on the Lions to pull a move that matches this new ceiling in the division. The stakes couldn't be higher. The front office can't afford to sit this one out, not with Aiden Hutchinson coming back from injury, but still needing a partner who can shake offenses to their core. The question every hardcore Lions fan is asking, what's the counterpunch? What's Detroit's answer to Micah Parsons? This is Lions News Fan Report, and if you bleed Honolulu blue and silver, you already know what to do. Subscribe now, because moments like this demand breaking down every angle. Ford Field's atmosphere, the tailgate gripes, the playoff dreams, all of it. Detroit is more than a city. It's a fan base starving for a memory that sticks. Let's dive in. Now here's the buzz you need to keep your eyes on. There are credible rumblings that the Detroit Lions front office is kicking the tires on a trade that would shake up the entire NFC North pass rush race. The player, a recent number 1 overall pick, an ascending, game-changing edge rusher who's already put together back-to-back double-digit sack seasons and carries the kind of upside that puts rival defenses on notice. It's a move that could redefine the Lions' defense and finally give them that edge to match the Packers' new beast. The name is Trayvon Walker, the Jacksonville Jaguars' 2022 first overall draft choice. At 6'5" and 272 pounds, Walker's isn't just a stat sheet filler. He's the prototype every defensive coordinator dreams of. Versatile enough to slide across multiple alignments, solid against the run, and a relentless pass rusher with length and closing speed that can change the flow of a game in a snap. Walker's development has been an upward curve. He struggled occasionally as a rookie, showing flashes, but also some rookie uncertainty. Fast forward, and Walker's performances have landed him as one of the most promising young defenders in the league. His numbers back it up. 3.5 sacks and 49 tackles as a rookie, then a clean jump to 10 sacks with 52 tackles and 19 QB hits in year 2. In 2024, he added 10.5 sacks, 61 tackles, and 15 QB hits, solidifying himself as a consistent double-digit sack threat 3 seasons into his career. Jacksonville tapped into his potential, picking up his 5th-year option and locking him into a team-friendly deal through 2026 with a cap hit of under $15 million next year. Those numbers make Walker not just a threat on the field, but a manageable contract for Detroit, whose cap room can absorb his 2025 salary, with room to maneuver on extensions or option years. But here's the silver lining, and the wild card. The Jaguars have reportedly started entertaining offers for Walker. Philly's name has popped up as a potential suitor, but Detroit has to poke and prod to remind the league this city is ready to compete. If Jacksonville is open to talking, the Lions have a shot at adding an edge rusher that elevates the defense. Instantly, what would that price tag look like? According to inside sources and trade modeling, Detroit would likely have to part with a 2026 first-round pick, plus a 4th-rounder the same year and a 2027 third-round pick that escalates to a second-rounder if Walker hits 10 sacks or Detroit makes a deep playoff run. It's steep but realistic, especially compared to what the Bears gave up for Montez Sweat last year, just a second-rounder for a rental, and the draft capital the Panthers shelled out for Brian Burns. Walker is younger, locked in for at least 2 more cheap years and proven at this level, giving Detroit not just talent, but longevity and cap flexibility. For GM Brad Holmes, this is a proposal loaded with both risk and possible reward. Edge remains a glaring need, even with Hutchinson improving post-surgery. Adding Walker gives the Lions a dynamic 1-2 punch that could alter the power balance. In the NFC North for years, his ability to disrupt quarterbacks, set the edge in the run game, and fill multiple roles inside a defensive system built by Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson, who value toughness and versatility, makes him a near-perfect fit. The ripple effects wouldn't just strengthen the defensive front. It would force defensive coordinators across the league to rethink how they game plan against Detroit's defense. Imagine the pressure on Matthew Stafford's successor, or Jared Goff and Kirk Cousins, facing 2 elite edge rushers who can both reliably hit double-digit sacks and create turnovers. Detroit's secondary would breathe easier, knowing the front 7 has the teeth to finish drives. Depth-wise, a Walker acquisition wouldn't push Hutchinson out, but complement him. It could trickle down into a deeper rotation, giving the Lions more options to rotate fresh legs and maintain relentless pressure. At the same time, it might shake the young depth chart, but to Detroit's advantage, competition breeds better performance, and the division demands it. Oh, and one thing a Lions fan can't ignore, this team is built to shock. The front office needs to lean into that tradition, remembering the days when Detroit's defense was feared. This move would be huge, a statement that Detroit won't stand back while Green Bay's Parsons terrorizes quarterbacks. Plus, it's the kind of transaction that starts conversations about playoff potential, not just survival. Before you start penciling this in as done deal, it's still speculation, no official confirmation yet, no press release from Ford Field. But the chatter alone is enough to send a jolt through the Lions fan base, where every offseason move feels like the last. Shot to make the playoffs a habit, not a hope. The Lions have teetered on the edge of greatness and heartbreak for decades. Can the addition of a high-profile edge rusher be the missing piece? Only time and trade talks will tell. Now, Lions Nation, how do you see a trade for Trayvon Walker shaping Detroit's outlook? Is this the jolt that pushes us past the Packers' parade, or are we chasing shadows from a front office still trying to pan for gold? Drop your thoughts, because this is exactly the kind of speculation that gets the Ford Field crowd fired up for next season. This is Lions News Fan Report, where the pain is shared, the hope is relentless, and the hunger for a championship is real. Stay tuned for every twist in the NFC North race, because if there's one thing we know, Detroit doesn't go down without a fight. Even if we joke that our tailgate food is spicier than our playoff record. Stay sharp, Lions fans. The hunt is just getting serious. The deadline's creeping closer. The front office is weighing their options, locking in a future star or holding tight for the right price. What if they gamble now and it backfires? Or what if they strike gold, unleashing a defensive juggernaut that transforms the entire NFC North? We're on the precipice of a moment that could change everything, and if the front office makes the move, we could be watching the start of a dynasty, or the death of a dream. I'll tell you straight, Lions fans, this isn't just about adding another player. This is about finally flipping the script. We've been chasing ghosts for decades, and if Holmes is serious about that championship window, pulling the trigger on a guy like Walker could be that defining moment. It's risky, yeah, but no one remembers the team that played it safe. We're tired of the near misses. It's gut check time, and I want to see Detroit go full throttle. It's now or never, because once we blink, that window's slammed shut, and we're right back to square one, spinning our wheels in the dirt, Lions Nation. Lock in. Ford Field's roar isn't just noise. It's history waiting to be written. We pride ourselves on grit, on toughness, on never backing down. This is the moment to scream with every ounce of Honolulu Blue pride. We're all in. No excuses, no regrets. The motor's revving, and Detroit's not just chasing shadows anymore. It's time to show the league what real pride looks like. One pride, one roar, and a future that's ours to shape.